is Apple Music.
Get up and dance wherever you are.
You're on Apple Music.
This is Billie Eilish with
Pops. Dad.
I don't know what to play. These are all crazy songs.
Play something crazy. That's the whole point.
Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish on Apple Music.
So, it's Billie once again here with my dad.
Hello.
Now, episode 2, people. Episode 2.
Everybody say woohoo.
Okay, so today's episode is going to be a bunch of songs that are, let's say, a little more eccentric.
Yeah, they're unexpected
Little
and surprising.
Weirder, kind of maybe just you wouldn't expect, I would maybe say.
I have an interest in off-center music. In fact, this is a little bit of a topic we could talk about, which is we had a debate last show about whether I would ever have heard about Hotline Bling
Oh my God.
if I didn't have Billie as a daughter and for that matter, Phineas as a son. Why, you ask, would I not know the biggest song in the world and yet I know these other weird songs? It's just my focus. I'm not much of a broadcast radio listener, never have been, and I find music in other ways, and I'm not looking for straight down the middle of the road. I'm not looking, I'm not a sort of a straight ahead rock and roll guy. I'm not a straight ahead blues guy or rhythm and blues guy or jazz guy or,
Quite an intro here. Just say what the
And
episode is
so
about. You don't have to explain
this is
it all.
where
Just
a lot
say,
of these.
And today's episode is.
No, I'm saying, and
no,
a lot
just
of these
say
come from.
today's episode is. God.
So these are an outgrowth of that. My ears perk up when I hear something that I haven't heard before. I'm looking for stuff that's different, and that's what I'm interested in. And I present some of it to you, and then you're interested in your own.
Well, there's also a lot
oddball
of
stuff.
abstract songs that, like, some songs on here don't even have lyrics, and a lot of those have been really inspirational for me in my music. And I think Phineas too, if he was here, he would, I think, agree that there's been a lot of times when there's like soundtracks that's just mostly all instrumental music that's been really inspirational for me. Also, I love piano, and it's the same situation. American Beauty's soundtrack, Candyman.
We should make sure to remember those.
The movie Room. Gosh, there's a billion, and I think a lot of times people ignore music that's just instrumental because people get bored of it. But I think it's Shark, why are you crying? Anyway, let's listen to some music because music is the remedy.
Music
for
is just
everything.
like puppies.
Okay, to start off the episode, because I'm in this mood currently and because I'm a little pissed off just at the world and at everything right now, I'm going to cheer myself up by playing a very special song to me that's in Arabic. This is Nancy Ajram, who I love Nancy Ajram in this song. She has this song and another song called Inte and this song is called Fi Hagat. I don't know how you really say it, but that's what it looks like. And I found these songs. I actually found Inte because of a meme. And it was like a joke in the background of the meme. It was supposed to be stupid. And I was like, listen, that's hard. So I looked it up and I found it and I started loving it. And then from then on, I listened to all of Nancy Ajram's stuff. And this one, I love.
Again, you don't need to know what the lyrics are about.
No,
Very
the way
evocative.
that she sings is so crazy. I think that the way that Arabic music sounds is just like melted chocolate in my ears. Not literally, but I love this song and I love the melodies and I love the way that she sings, and I just, oh my God, there's so many things about this song that I'll point out that I love so much, and they're very specific, and a lot of the like production is why, and some of the production is so like cheesy, but in like a beautiful way. I just love it. So this is Fi Hagat by Nancy Ajram. Listen, this was I used to play this all day, every day in like December of 2018. This was my Anyway, there we go. We're in the mood.
Well, the thing that when
Nancy
Billy
had to
introduced
do
me
it
to
to
this,
us.
what I love about Arabic music is the long consonants. You know, in English we don't have any long consonants. The longest we get is NG, I suppose. But you know, we get on our consonants and we get right off them. And in Arabic they have these, you know, they have this long L and long N.
So good.
You know, and it's so foreign. I love it.
And speaking of foreign, maybe, you know what? Actually, there's a lot of foreign stuff in here. So I love foreign music. I love it so much. Like, I really just have a thing about it. And I think that we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I love not knowing what they're saying. I love it. And there's so many things in different languages that again are so different than us. And I would never think to do that. And I would never do that. And they just make it so good. And so there's lots of that in here because we love it. So let's go to
What were you thinking you would play? Omar?
None.
Suleiman?
Yeah, I was going to play Omar
You
Suleiman.
want to just drive them to the wall? Let's drive them to the wall.
No, but this is why I said
No, we're in an Arabic mood. Let's go with Omar.
Okay, well, listen, guys. This song.
Come on, you want to jump out of your chair.
But I'm saying that I do want to jump out of my chair.
Yeah, so do it.
So
They're not gonna
I was
turn it
gonna
off.
give you guys a song that was a little less out of your comfort zone area. But you know what? Dad says I should just follow my instinct, so I'm going to. This is Wenu.
It's always been successful this far.
It's true. This is Wenu Wenu by Omar Suleiman.
Wenu.
Listen, with this type of stuff, you gotta just let yourself be open to liking it, because you might hear it and be like, oh my God, what the hell is this? But just let yourself, just see if it's possible to like this. Because some of the songs on here, the first time I heard them, I was like, please skip. And then it grew on me, and you gotta let things grow on you and keep your mind open. So this is Wenu Wenu, I mean. Get up and move. Listen to this and get up and move. This is Omar Suleiman. Come on. That's about all you need to hear. It's pretty much that for 6 more minutes.
No, but go listen to him. Like, put it on.
It's good.
and do
It's
something
really
else.
fun to move to. This song we found. You want to tell the story about how we found this
Yeah,
song?
we found it together. Phineas's band again, the Slightleys, was playing. They did a battle of the bands, and they won.
Battle of the Bands.
At Rusty's Surf Ranch in Santa Monica, and they won. And part of the prize was kind of playing an early slot at the Twilight Concert Series on the pier in Santa Monica. And the headliner was Omar Suleiman, whom we'd never heard of. But he has big following, and that by the time he played, there was this huge crowd, and everybody's jumping around to this fantastic Arabic music. I mean, he's Syrian, and he was a wedding singer. His previous career, before he sort of got a little toehold in the pop world, was singing weddings, and I guess Syrian weddings are 12 hours long. So he would play for 12 hours at a stretch. So there's no real sense of 3-minute pop song with Omar. It goes on, and it's but it's groove oriented, you know.
Okay, so Lapsley. Station is a song that my dad frequently brings up without knowing what song it is. Classic dad moves.
Yeah, ask me to sing a Lapsley song.
Yeah, dad sing a Lapsley
No idea,
song.
never heard one.
But there's a part of the song where she says, I could walk you. And it repeats because the hook is, I could walk you back to the station. And in the background of the whole song, she goes, I could walk you. And Dad, of course, did not understand what the
It's
hell.
Ugga Wugga Who. You can listen to it. I challenge you. Ugga Wugga Who. Ugga Wugga
But
Who.
so one time, this was like a few months ago, Dad was like, what the hell is that
trying
song?
to come up with these songs. And
What
I was
is
like, that great song, the Ugga Wugga Who.
Yeah, the amazing song that goes, Ugga Wugga Who. And he kept saying it over and over. Oh my God, this went on for like days, I feel like. You were asking me what the hell the song
Yeah, and you had no
Ugga
idea what I
Wugga
was talking
Who
about.
was that I showed Dad that was one of my favorite songs. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Of course, then he goes, Maggie, which is my mom, obviously. What
Maggie's
song?
has more experience with me.
Yeah. He said, what song goes, Ugga Wugga Who? And Mom immediately was like, oh, that Lapsley song. And I was like, what? So listen,
Ugga wugga hoo.
Here we go. Did you hear I Could Walk You or Agga Wagga Hoo?
Ugga wugga hoo.
Anyway, I grew up as a dancer, and dance was always my way of getting my feelings out and way of my expression. And even to this day, I feel like I love making music, and music is the reason that I breathe. But I don't know, nothing really does the same thing that dance used to do, to be honest with you. It really used to get exactly what I needed to get out. And nothing has done that really since. And this song, specifically, I did a dance when I was like 13, before Ocean Eyes, before anything. And this song just sounds so happy to me and makes me feel good. But anyway, this is Station by Lapsley, of course. And again, my dad has brought this song up about 1 billion times, and I never knew until I finally figured it out that he was saying Agga Wagga Hoo, meaning Lapsley's station. And this song also really inspired a lot of the way that Phineas and I make music and a lot of our production, because we've always wanted to make music that you could dance to, and I feel like this is one of those songs. Listen to the beats.
And that's her voice pitched down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because of the mysteries, as I said. What's Ugga Wugga Hoo? And what's that weird...
You're on Apple Music. This is Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish.
So I'm gonna do one that my dad turned me on to. Let's do this song I grew up on, and there's gonna be another episode which I've talked about before. That's gonna be that my brother's gonna be in it with us, and because it's gonna be songs that we grew up on. And this one is one of those. But I don't think Phineas really, it wasn't a part of his childhood. I remember it being a real significant part of my childhood. And it came back up when we were looking for songs for this show in like October. Yes, that's how long we've been planning this.
Oh, longer than that.
Way longer than that. But that's when we were like kind of coming up with the songs that we grew up on. And this is one of them. This is Scotty, which is he's just such a star. We love Scotty. This song kind of resurfaced in my life in October. And now when I listen to it, it's funny. It doesn't sound like my childhood anymore. It sounds like October of 2019 to me now. Yeah, I don't know how you found this song, Dad.
I know it from my interest in reggae back in the 70s that I talked about last show. And there's this seminal reggae movie. I mean, it's not a movie about reggae, but it's that whole world called The Harder They Come, starring Jimmy Cliff. And the soundtrack is fantastic. And Scotty's Draw Your Brakes is on there. And it's just an amazing bunch of great songs. And if you see the movie, you've heard these songs. But otherwise, they didn't really come into the popular consciousness. But I knew about him.
Well,
and
for sure, because we
beginning.
tried to figure out what the hell he was saying at the beginning of the song, and it's so not popular that nobody even knows what he's saying.
I know, and I used to try to figure out what he was saying
We
at
would
the beginning
always,
of the song, long before the internet. Good luck.
Yeah, but I love it anyway. I think it's just, the way he says it, everything about it is just good. It's so good. Listen to this beginning, and please, if you can figure out what he's saying, let me know, because I really don't be knowing.
Well, a lot of people have their theories, just as we do.
We watched live videos of him doing it, couldn't figure out what he was saying by his mouth moving. It was crazy. So let us know.
Jamaican patois.
It's amazing. It just sounds so good.
Forward and Payaka, Manakl and then go Saka.
Oh. God, I love it.
That great.
I love that it sounds totally distorted.
Yeah.
The mix levels, like that being the loudest thing in the production, it's too good.
This is like a rap. It's like a modern day rap over an old song. This song is "Stop That Train," which was by another artist,
Yeah.
and he just sang over it in his own wacky way.
When she waved bye bye bye. I love reggae.
I just can't take it.
And what's interesting is this song, again, grew up on this song, but then when this resurfaced in my life in October, I found, wait, I just skipped over the best part of the song. This little guitar part where he goes, this minor chord, listen, right here. Right here. Oh. But what I was gonna say is that when this resurfaced in my life in October, I found that this song is from a 2-single drop. So it's 2 singles in one. And the other one is a song called Worry. And Worry is also like incredible. I'm just gonna play half of this for you guys because I love this song. I love the melodies. It's so creepy. It's so like haunting almost. I love that. And when evening shadows creep, do I lose any sleep over you? It's so good. It's like so creepy. But I love that he says, when evening shadows creep, do I lose any sleep over you? It's so good. Let me just rewind real quick. The melody right here.
And when evening shadows creep, do I
like the way I love that the word creep is so short. I like that he like barely even says it. When evening shadows creep. Oh my God. It's the little things, you know? There can be a song that the whole song goes right over your head and there's one word.
Oh, for sure.
That just gets ya. The way he says creep. Oh my God, it's so good. And with the chords behind it, it's so creepy and haunting. Listen. Do I worry?
Cause you can really, really bet your life
that I do. I really do, girl.
Now come on in, brother. Play your musical song now.
Anyway, Dad doesn't even know that song, but I just had to.
Well, I know it through you now. What next?
So I'm gonna do. This is less weird. I would say this is not really in the realm of this playlist, but it's okay. It's still an incredible song. This song is huge. Like we don't need to shout this song out. It's got its due, but it's still a great song. This is "Feel It Still" by Portugal the Man. It's an incredible song. I really love that song.
I do too. I like it. I really like, the other elements of that, which are that sort of Nancy Sinatra, trombone section.
Yeah, it's great.
/ James Bond theme, sort of.
No, it's so good. It's so good. I love the rhythm of it and everything.
It's a very retro sound, and yet
do you know how we found that song?
Very clearly modern. Well, I found it on a YouTube video.
Of course,
one of these dancers. That's how I found Crown, the Camila Cabello thing.
I've found a million songs like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know what to play. These are all crazy songs.
Play something crazy. That's the whole point.
Everybody knows Tyler has inspired every part of everything about me. And I knew every song of his from the beginning to... Basically, I've been a fan of Tyler's forever, and I never really got to listen to all of this album. And this song, I'm so embarrassed by this, but this song I only heard for the first time at the Grammys.
Me too.
So
I knew of Tyler, and I knew that he was a huge influence on you, but I hadn't really ever been introduced to that much of his music. And then that wonderful performance he did at the Grammys where there were all these
good.
Tyler clones with these blonde fright wigs.
So good.
And the first thing he does in the songs, he stands up and he goes, ah, 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 ah.
So good.
It was
so
just
good.
like, wow. And then the whole stage burns up and he jumped off the back.
It was so good. It was
Everything
so
about it was
good.
great, yeah.
I think he made the beginning longer, so he did more as at the beginning. It's so good.
With that blonde wig, shaking as he did it. It was great.
Too good. Oh, God. Anyway.
He took over the place.
He did. He does that. Dude is a powerful man. So this is one... I know everybody knows Doja Cat because she's blowing up. Good for her. I'm so happy that she is because she's been deserved it for like years. And I found her in 2015 2014. Yes, she put out Purr, which was an EP she put out in 2014. I was 12 and there was a song called So High on it. And that was like probably top 3 favorite songs. And I always felt cool when I listened to this song and felt like an adult, and I felt interesting, and I felt, independent, and it's a good feeling sometimes to have. A great feeling. And I remember playing this song for my dad in the parking lot of, I think, Whole Foods in Pasadena. And I remember playing it for him, and I got so insecure that he didn't like it because he didn't say anything. So I stopped it, and he was like, "Wait, why'd you stop it? I loved that." My whole body was like, "You loved it?" I was so happy. And I kept playing it. I started it over and we listened to it once again. And so this one, I remembered that like 3 hours ago today, actually, and I had to add it to this. But Doja Cat, of course, everybody now knows her because she's Say So was like the biggest song in the world right now. And she's finally getting the recognition that she's always deserved because she's so talented and she's so good and she's so hot. So this is So High. Like you can imagine me at 12 rapping what I just rapped.
You and everybody else.
Me and everybody else.
This is part of Billie's commandeering the aux cord in the car. I made these CDs I told you about with all these different songs on it, and that was sort of the beginning of the young child experience in our car. And then as soon as Billie began to understand, and got a phone and got, or did you start with a pod? Did you start with an iPod?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got one of those cases that was square to make it look like an iPhone.
And so
that was so
after then the aux cord was gone, and it was never our choice as parents again. But that was great. I got introduced to all kinds of stuff I'd never otherwise hear.
Well, yeah, and I've also, this isn't really what you were saying, but it's just a truth that everybody that knows me knows is every time I like a song, I know all the words immediately. All of the words. Like, without looking them up, I don't know. I kind of immediately memorize the lyrics without really meaning to. And tons of people do this. I'm just saying that I'm also one of them. I'm not saying I'm amazing for being able to do that. I can't really love a song without going and looking up all the lyrics and knowing what they're saying. I love lyrics. I love listening to lyrics. I love understanding them and listening to what they mean and learning them and then speaking them and singing them. It's my favorite thing to do. So that's why I be knowing everything. Like dad could have his favorite song in the whole world and he doesn't know the words. It's really interesting. And that's not bad. It's just interesting how
I know some of them.
You don't feel really the need to really know all the words,
Well, there are artists. There's Joni Mitchell in particular, where I know all the words. I enjoy it.
This is a song that, like 2 weeks ago, during this quarantine, my dad showed me this song. We were taking a drive, just going for a drive in the neighborhood. And my dad was like, listen to this song I found. And we were just kind of showing each other new songs. Because the thing is that the way that my dad and I used to show each other's songs and introduce the songs to each other was when we were driving. And so when I started to drive myself and when I got a car, that kind of stopped for a while. But thanks to quarantine, we're pretty much always together because we go as a family or I go by myself. But, you know, whenever Dad drives, I'm pretty much with him unless he's getting mail or going to the gas station or whatever. So we've gotten to play each other's stuff. And so this one, we were on the way home and Dad was like, listen to this song.
Well, this is an artist that I've been following for years. Phineas, yet again, in his band, The Slightly's, played the Chinese New Year Festival downtown LA in Chinatown. And there was another artist on the bill named Molly Moore, and she was a girl with a guitar, sang some songs. I liked her voice. I liked her songs. And then she's gone on to do a lot of different stuff. She's in a band with her boyfriend named called Cosmos and Creature. Anyway, and now she's collaborating with other people, and this is a collaboration with Ichi.
But my dad you didn't even look for her. You just heard the song and liked it and then realized it was her, right?
Yes, that's the way it works.
Which is interesting.
Part of my...
I love that. This is one thing that my dad... This is one thing that my dad does that I really respect, which I think more of us should do, which is that my dad just plays a bunch of music he's never heard before and he doesn't look at the artists like until the end of the song or until he likes it and wants to know what song it is or something, which I really like because, you know, there's some times when you won't listen to a song just because it's an artist you don't really like. Or,
well, that's why I do it. I don't want to be biased. I don't think, oh, I don't like them. I don't
it's a great idea because I've sometimes randomly heard accidentally songs that I love from an artist that I did not think I would like.
Totally.
And I think it's
the opposite too.
I still don't do it enough because I'm exactly the same as all of us. I don't want to hear a song from an artist I don't like.
Well, it happens to me the other way too. I hear a song and think, oh God, I hate this. And I look and it's an artist I really love.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting how biased we are because of our people, because of our artists. That's my artist. You can't not like that song. Yeah. But if you play it randomly, problem is I can kind of tell who anybody is by their voice. I think you probably not as much.
No.
But yeah, I should do it more and we all should do it more. So this one is one of them and it's great. There's this one part where she goes into this falsetto and it's like, when you're feeling down. It's so good. It's so good. The guitar too.
Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish on Apple Music.
I don't know if any of you have seen Twin Peaks, the original, but my dad and I used to watch that all the time together until I got too scared I had to stop. Because I was also like 10 when we would watch that.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's so creepy. I would love to watch it now.
Let's do it.
Let's watch it again.
The soundtrack is by Angelo Badalamenti, who is David Lynch's sort of go-to soundtrack composer. And oh my God, it's so fantastic.
The soundtrack to Twin Peaks is, listen to this. This is it. I'm going to find it. Here we go. Twin Peaks theme. This is like, there's so many songs. There's like, you know, Smoke Signals that I played in the last episode. You know, so much Twin Peaks inspiration there, I feel like, and it sounds so good. And in this one too, it's just like that bro. This is the original right here. So good.
I also love in that song Obsession that we were just listening to, I love the kind of full-on rock backline. You know, there's like real drum set.
I know,
real
it's so
bass,
good.
real guitar, and yet it's not a rock song per se. I guess I turned you on to this too, huh?
Oh my God, space! The final frontier! Yes! But anyway, yeah, I grew up watching Star Trek with my dad also until I got too scared as well. Here's a very weird one. This is a song called Walking on Air. Of course, you have no idea what song this is.
No, I do know what song it is. No.
You do? You can actually guess what song it is from the title?
I think so.
Sing it.
No, I can't sing it.
Try. Just give me a...
Okay, no, isn't the chorus Walking on Air?
Yeah, but...
Just play it.
This is a song.
No need to humiliate me.
No, it's Why We Love You.
Thank you.
This is a song I have no clue how I found this song. But I just did, and suddenly it was a song I listened to, and I played it for Dad, and he liked it for the same reasons I liked it. The verses are so weird. The lyrics are so weird. Just listen, it's so good. The chorus gets super pop, which it's great, but I feel like the verse and the beginning are so creepy. And I found this song in this period of my life where I loved like very creepy stuff, and also the artwork for this looks like a Monster High doll, and who doesn't love a Monster High doll, you know? So I love this song. It reminds me of like Coraline or like Nightmare Before Christmas or what's it called? The Corpse Bride.
Yeah,
it's like in the realm of some Tim Burton stuff. This is Walking on Air. The verses are so good.
Me and Dad Radio, Apple Music.
Dad, what do you think Curly looks like? The girl who sings that. What do you think she looks like?
Oh my gosh. I've never thought about what she looks like.
She looks perfect for exactly what that song is.
Well, you see, I forgot that Walking on Air is the same song as Little Creepy Cat. So if you'd said Little Creepy Cat, I would have said, oh, I know that song. But Walking
Well, you said
on
you knew
Air.
Walking on Air.
Well, I know. I remember that chorus. I couldn't sing it at the moment.
She's so interesting looking. She's like got this like kind of goth thing going on, but it's like more of like
I think of her as before I see her, I think of her as short-haired, curly short, kind of light brown hair.
That's what you think of her?
Well, there you go.
Oh, Dad.
She's goth?
No,
and that seems appropriate?
So this is the cover art. I don't know if you've ever actually looked at the cover art.
No.
That's the cover art for it.
Oh, that looks like a Monster High doll too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is the Monster High doll artwork I'm talking about.
That you're talking about. Right. Which I've never seen.
Right. But so for me to see this every time I play the song, I pictured her looking like that. And you know what she looks like? That.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little creepy house in a little creepy place.
A little creepy girl.
Creepy town.
Creepy face.
Little creepy town in a little creepy world. A little creepy girl with her little creepy face saying funny things that you've never heard. Love that it doesn't rhyme. Mm-hmm. So good.
Yeah, heard in world.
Too good. Okay. Oh my God. We got another Baxter Dury song for you guys. Oh, yes,
well,
we
the one
do.
we played last week could easily be today, too. So he's got a bunch of them. This is another great one.
This is so good. This one's more recent. This is like a few months ago recent.
Yeah, just a few months ago it came out. He had a new album, and I've been listening to the songs from it.
And this one is just got the same exact appeal as Miami does in the last episode. His voice is what's great about it. Is that
and he has
deep
these
British
he
voice.
Talks. He doesn't sing really. He talks, and it's
so good.
Such a character. You can see this person in your head, you know, and it's not so laced with profanity. This one you can actually listen to it on this show.
It's so good. It's so good. And what I love about him is his lyrics are so conversational. They just sound like he's just saying things. Like they're so not, they don't sound like song lyrics that you'd be like, oh, that's a great lyric. That's very poetic. It really just sounds like he's just talking and he's like, there you go, I'm done. It's so good.
Right,
it's
but it's
what
a
I love about
kind
it.
of person too. It's like it's as if he's in character.
Right.
I mean, I assume he is in character.
And maybe it's just him.
You know, Miami is totally
for
weird character.
Sure.
And this one is, so I'm sure it has elements of him.
This is Carla's Got a Boyfriend. It's so good. So I'm going to play a song that is in the realm of this one. I feel like when I think of both these songs, they kind of are the same to me, but they're totally different. This one also my dad showed me during quarantine, like a couple weeks ago. This is Knowledge Don't Know by Love Supreme. And it's the acoustic version, which I kind of can't believe. Because I didn't realize it was acoustic until after we listened to it, and I loved it. It's very odd, this song.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. No clue what the hell he's saying in the lyrics. I know what he's saying. I don't know what he means.
Right.
He says, I'll open my back.
Well, and the chorus, if you can call it that, is knowledge don't know.
Well, the song title is Knowledge Don't Know. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
But it's so good, and the production sounds, it's so pretty. What I'm noticing right now is there's so many sounds in the background that clearly are like audio of like a door opening or like a boom or like a noise, because I keep looking over to see if somebody's coming in and it's in the song.
You're just hearing it.
I'm hearing it in the song. It's like a click or a clap or like some footsteps or something.
Well, it's
love that.
a very mysterious thing, this song.
It's a really mysterious
I kiss
song.
your forehead like time's mirror. Say what?
So these are the lyrics, okay? On your tambourine lips is the first line. I thrill my soul. Now listen, I'm sorry. I love that you can just click a button and there are all the lyrics.
That's
but
awesome.
Almost always they're wrong. So let's just hope that these are the right ones. On your tambourine lips. We wouldn't know if these are the right ones or the wrong ones because these lyrics are so insane.
It could be anything.
I thrill my soul and I open the doors of my back. Knowledge don't know. Knowledge don't know. I kiss your forehead like time's a mirror. 'Cause where I'm going now, I don't know nothing no more. Knowledge don't know. The sky is a square without memory. My heart turned back to me. Now you start chasing me. And now you free the light. I looked up in the Father's eyes and now I'm crying. So he looked at the sun and he's crying.
Well, or God, the Father.
Sure.
I mean,
where did he find God to look into his eyes?
Many songs.
Where's God?
And try to interpret them. You know, you can go through the lyrics of your songs and try to interpret them. You know, they make sense and then they don't make sense.
It's true.
It's just so surprising. I love that it's surprising. He sounds like he has an accent.
He does. I wonder what it is.
I don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it.
So I don't know where
all.
they're from, where he's from, what's going on.
I have no idea. No clue at all. Oh, come on. Get up and dance wherever you are.
Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish on Apple Music.
So do you guys hear those claps? You hear how they're like faster than you could ever clap? What they do is, there was like a period of time where all me and Phineas and my dad tried to do was that clap. And what it is it's one person clapping, like, and the other person going. It's really hard.
So hard.
Because your body, your hands, and your brain naturally want to be in sync with somebody. And so what they're doing is they're clapping every other clap.
Yeah, one guy's the
one
on-beat
guy is
and one
going,
guy's the offbeat.
And one person is going. It's crazy.
But they're really good at it. If
They're
you watch
so
the video,
good.
this is such a well-known, you know, here we are doing weird songs or odd songs or off-center songs. And we've played some of the biggest regular old pop songs.
I know.
But they have an odd appeal. They have this kind of wonderfully different sound, which is why they're on this show. But, you know, this came out before Billie was born, and the video was huge. And, of course, I'm sure
so good.
Most people listening to this, first of all, know the song and have seen the video. But if you haven't seen the video, you can watch it. And if you haven't seen it in a while, you can go back and you can see the two guys, Los Del Rio, who are the singers, the artists, the men.
And they do the clapping.
And they stand there and do the clapping. They're dressed up in they are dressed up in suits, like perfect suits. And, you know, if you do some research, you find out that this is a remix.
Yeah, it is a remix. This is the one we grew up on, though.
This is the one everyone has heard. And the original is just Los Del Rio singing Macarena, but it's not, it doesn't have all those girls singing on it and all this other stuff.
It's so good. Oh, God. Such a classic. Like, you can't not dance the Macarena when you hear Macarena. You just can't.
And I always like the, Macarena.
Okay, well, God, there's actually so many hits on here. I mean, let's go with this one.
Maya.
Everybody knows Maya, which everybody calls Numa Numa Yay. This song was like one of the first things that went viral on the internet when the internet first started. It was this and Chocolate Rain.
Oh,
and
Chocolate Rain.
Auto-Tune the News.
So funny.
And
Chocolate Rain.
We climbing in your windows, snatching your people. All the Auto-Tune the News videos were like huge. It was when Salad Fingers was huge. It was when Neon Cat was huge, and like Charlie the Unicorn. God, what an era of the internet. If you're younger than, let's say, like 15 currently, I think maybe you passed that, or you were a little later than that period of time, which is totally fine. It's just very much a very specific time. And Maya He was like, oh, and the hamster dance and
Crazy Frog.
Crazy Frog. Oh my God, the
Can we have
internet.
Crazy Frog
The
on here?
beginning of the internet. Well, I thought we'd save Crazy Frog for Phineas' episode.
Okay, good.
I mean, Maya He should really be in Phineas' episode.
Yeah. Well,
Except
that's what we were thinking.
Maya He.
But I remember first discovering it as a video of this guy who did this lip sync to it in his room. Do you remember him?
Yeah. That's why it got big.
It was
this kid in
hilarious.
his room dancing to Maya He with all the words.
I was like, what is this song? And what language is that?
Look, I
And
found
who
the
is
video.
This guy?
Oh, here's the original.
There he is.
And we're watching the video of the guy. And this is why the song got so huge, was this kid.
What is it? How many plays?
Let's go. 39 million.
Hajduk.
Here we go. Wait for the bow, bow. Ready for it? Right here. And the English version is like, when you leave.
Yeah, of course.
Something,
It's like when you hear, Verdi or Puccini, opera composers in English, it's, please don't go out that door. Do not close that door behind you. I want to see you again.
It's just English.
Instead, it's like this fantastic Italian.
Every other language sounds interesting, and English is just like, God, it's like, I don't want to hear English.
But, I always am amused because this is like the Beatles in the 60s in Russia, or in Turkey or in Africa or something. They were so huge and their songs got everywhere. And people were not speaking English, and they heard these. That was like Numa Numa Yay to them.
Yeah, true.
It's like, I want to hold your hand. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just sounds.
That's so true. You know what's actually interesting about that? Do you guys ever hear a song that you wish was in a different language so that you didn't have to hear the terrible lyrics?
Oh my gosh.
Because I have one right at the tip of my tongue, and I am not going to say it.
No, don't.
But there are songs that I really like, but I hate the lyrics. And like sometimes I hate the lyrics so much I can't even listen to the song because I'm like, this is so embarrassing that this is what they're saying. And I wish so badly that they were saying it in a different language.
But this is kind of the theme of what we've been talking about for these shows, which is that the songs have so many elements that are engaging and interesting and lovable. And,
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't have lyrics you can't stand, that they don't have terrible elements. But, when a song is great and it has great lyrics, it's just a treasure
Yeah.
to forever cherish. The wonderful combination of all of those elements. Because there's, songs with lyrics you either don't understand, in my case,
I know.
and it doesn't matter because the song is great. Or songs that maybe you don't like the lyrics, but still it's so great.
Yeah.
Or songs in another language. It doesn't matter. What the heck is this song about? We don't care what this song's about. It's so great.
Well, and speaking of that, I'm going to play a song that's half English and half Spanish by an artist called Big Pig. I think she grew up in Spain.
Yeah, we apologize if we get this wrong.
And then also grew up in Ireland.
Right, Ireland, right.
And then I think now she lives in London.
Right.
Maybe that's wrong, but I don't know the order, but it's those three.
Yes, I haven't committed to memory her whole bio.
Yeah,
I did
but
read it.
it's so interesting. And so she has the most interesting accent, and she speaks fluent Spanish, and she sings in Spanish and English, and her accent comes out every now and then, and it's Irish, and it's so interesting that like half the song she's singing in kind of a way that you can totally tell that she's Irish, but then she's also kind of British.
Yeah, but the whole
and then she sings in
package is
Spanish,
so
and
interesting, too.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And this song, my dad found Big Pig and played me a song that I don't remember because I listened to it and I didn't think anything of it, and then I clicked on her and I found this project where she has these two songs that I just adore, and one is called Shh and the other one's called Lie to Me. And everybody that knows me knows I am a sucker for song titles that are like an action, like a thing that we do. And Shh is such a good one. The SHH, like, get that out of here. Another of my favorite songs is a song called Sigh. It's so good, and I just have always loved songs that have titles that have nothing to do with the song, and they don't even say it in the song. I love that. I'm a sucker for it. Makes it hard to find, but it makes it more interesting. Spooky Black is like our Corbin. It always does that, and this is my favorite thing about him. And so this song, I immediately, without even hearing it, I was like, oh, come on. It's called Shh. That's amazing. And it's beautiful, and it makes me cry. And she sings in Spanish. Oh, it's so good. Here we go.
You're on Apple Music. This is Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish.
You know, that guitar sound is so interesting.
It's so good.
Because it's detuned or out of tune.
Yeah, I don't know.
On purpose. Or it sounds like a sample that they loved and they just repeated it and put it on a loop.
That's the whole song. That's the ending.
Yeah.
So what should we do next?
Play another weird one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Thomas Dolby, guys.
Oh, this is so weird.
It's so weird.
Okay. Yes.
Dude.
It's
so
different.
This is an album. I'm going to play two songs by Thomas Dolby. This is an album that my dad loves, and we used to go up to the mountains all the time, and it was really fun. And I remember just listening to this one called Evil Twin Brother all the time up in the mountains, and we would listen to it. This one and there's a song called Spice Train on this album. And we would listen to this driving up the mountain and driving down the mountain.
Well, Thomas Dolby is one of those artists I know all the song lyrics.
Yep.
And he came out in the 80s. He was sort of at the big wave of 80s pop. And his big song is Blinded Me with Science, which is, is one of the songs he happened to do that is not emblematic of his other stuff. His other stuff is just so interesting and inventive, and the chord structures and production. And he worked with an instrument called a Fairlight, which is a synthesizer before everything was sort of easy to do. He was back in the day of tape and synthesis, and he could program. And then he just didn't do it for 20 years. He made 3.5 albums, kind of, and then did a soundtrack for Howard the Duck, which was a massive, crushing failure of a movie. And his soundtrack didn't go anywhere as a result. And he just did other things. He invented stuff. He's an inventor. He's a teacher. And then he came out with an album 20 years later in 2011 that I love. And, and he's had not come out with another one since. He's teaching, doing other things, has a family. But I was so eager and so satisfied to have a new music by Thomas Dolby after 20 years, and it was just as good as I'd hoped.
I'm so glad. That's very cute, Dad. This song is called Evil Twin Brother. I thought this song was so cool. He does this thing at the beginning of the song, which I was always so confused how people would do it. But now me and Phineas know how to do it, and we actually did it the other day for a song, and it was kind of crazy because it was like a full circle moment that I used to listen to this song and be like, that's so cool, how'd they do that? And
isn't this New York City at 3 a.m.?
Oh, yeah.
And because this
and
has
Regina
a siren.
Spektor is in this.
Yes, she's
Regina Spektor.
But speaking Russian.
Yeah.
But there's
so
a
cool.
siren sound in here that's the realest sounding siren.
Yeah, every time we play this, we look around to look at where the siren is coming from.
Until...
What?
What is that? I never know the names of your songs.
What?
The one with the song, Listen Before I Go, with the siren at the end.
Oh, jeez.
Another siren that really sounds like a siren.
God, the
It's
ending
great.
of that song really
It sounds like
is
when
so
you hear it,
sad.
you think, whoa, There's a siren. I got to go outside.
Ooh, every time I listen to that song, the ending, I just kind of get sick to my stomach because it's so upsetting.
Your song? Listen
Yeah,
Before
the
Go?
end of
I know.
Listen.
It's very
Jeez.
sad.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is Evil Twin Brother by Thomas Dolby. This was my song. So good. The verses are too good. Such an interesting song. And then this next one is Spice Train from the same album.
Wait a minute, you didn't get to the part. The best part.
What part?
Where there's the truck horn that only plays once.
Jesus Christ.
And I hear that?
That's all you wanted to hear.
Oh, it's so cool. It's just where did that come from?
Anyway, this next one is the Spice Train, and I love this one. Phineas would make fun of this one all day, every day, and he still does, but I love it so much. You can ride the Spice Train. It's so good. I love this
There's
one.
so many elements in here.
Listen to this crazy production. It's so hard. In the palm of your hand.
And the beat goes on.
God, I love that song.
He produced this. He now lives in Baltimore, where he teaches at Johns Hopkins. But he's a British citizen. I think he's an American citizen too. He's married to an American. But he produced this whole album, wrote it, and produced it in a boat on land, on his land in England near the ocean. But it was a beached boat, and inside it he built a studio. So he has all these elements, and most of those are not the stuff that sounds like synthesizers, but the things that sound like horns are actually horns, and the voices are voices. It's pretty cool.
Crazy. I love it. Oh, here we go. Here's a soundtrack. This is the theme from 6 Feet Under.
The TV show on HBO.
Years ago, and this is Dad's putting me onto this song.
Yeah, well, I found the show, everybody, we had HBO at the time, and so it was on, and I watched it, and I loved it. And one of the best things, how you watch a show, if you binge watch or repeatedly watch a show, do you watch the opening credits? Well,
yeah.
on this one you do.
Dude, some shows have the most incredible opening credits. You cannot watch Narcos without watching the opening credits.
Every time.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Every time. The Office, pretty much every time I watch it, because it's adorable. Some days, okay, maybe I'll press skip intro, but pretty much every time I'll watch
The Sopranos.
it. Same with New Girl.
Yep.
Come on. Hey, girl. Where
So
you
6 Feet Under
going?
was great. It would, when that theme song would start with that image, oh my God, it was great. And so I put it on one of the CDs we used to listen to in the car, because it's very interesting music.
It's
Thomas
good.
Newman.
It's so good. And the best part about the theme song is this one sound. My mom was actually in an episode of 6 Feet Under.
She died right away.
She did. So I'll point out the best part. Dad showed me this part, and it's obviously the best part. Here we go. Wait for it.
Well, you could hear
Oh,
it.
here, it's right here, it's right here. Oh! Okay, let me go back. Here we go. Right here. Right here. Oh! How cool is that?
I think it's a cuica. I think it's a Brazilian instrument, which is a drum.
Oh, I woke the puppy up from doing that
drum. There's a stick inside the drum which goes through the head. And
What?
you pull and push the stick inside the drum, and the drum creates the resonating chamber, and the stick goes.
It's so good. Listen. Oh my God, who thought of that? Oh, it's so good.
It's Thomas Newman.
Dude, Thomas Newman, man. Jeez.
He's American Beauty too.
I know. He's everything. Okay, double barrel, people.
Oh
Wait.
my God.
This is another one like Draw Your Brakes, where the beginning is just so amazing, and we have no idea what he's saying. We know what he's saying. I am the magnificent. That's the beginning, and then I don't know what the hell he's saying. And my dad really, really is raring to impersonate it. So go ahead, Dad, do it.
I'm the magnificent, and beg for the shake of a stone, boss, moose, Turner, son of us all.
No, Turnerin.
Turnerin, son of us all. This was a hit on
Listen
the radio.
to how accurate that is,
when
though.
I was in the 70s.
Yes.
Fantastic out of tune piano. But there's no verse and pre-chorus and chorus. This
No,
is just
not at all.
A wacky thing. But this was actually a radio hit in the 70s. It's by Dave and Ansel Collins, and they were reggae artists. Again, you can hear the reggae
So
beat.
good. And we move on to my favorite song of this year.
Oh, God. Billy turned me on to this.
This is the coolest song on planet Earth, and I am not lying one bit. Let this song play.
Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish on Apple Music.
James Blake, whom we have thrillingly gotten to know through the magic of music, the magic of Phineas and Billy being where they are. I got to meet him.
I love James. Oh my God. He's so funny. He's such a, just a guy. God, he's great. I love James Blake. And he's so good. He's so talented. We went to see his show, when was that? December?
Mm-hmm.
And he did a tour where he just only played piano and nothing else and sang.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was really breathtaking. I feel like there's almost, if any other artist had done that, I would have been bored out of my mind. And because it was James Blake, it was so perfect. God, his voice is just, oh my God, it was amazing.
And it was in a theater.
And he did a cover of my song, and I cried the whole time.
You did When the Party's Over beautifully.
Oh, God. I love James. And Travis just, God, he just puts a spell on you in that song. It's really such a good song. Ugh. So good. Let's pop over to the 1975. This is Dad's choice of the 1975. I've loved them for years.
She turned me on to them.
To Phineas. They were the second concert I ever saw was the 1975. I've seen them multiple times in concert. I love Matty Healy. I got to meet him last year, which was amazing. God, I love them. And this song is just beautiful. And I feel like there's almost no other songs that are about what this song is about. So pay attention.
You're on Apple Music. This is Me and Dad Radio.
So beautiful.
One of the wonderful things about that song is that lilting, what I would think of as 12/8 time signature. And I don't know what they wrote it in, and people could quibble with this, but the four groups of three kind of per measure, the dun da dee da yum dum da da. It's kind of got a four feeling, but it's all in triplets. And that's kind of a blues tradition, and it has this marvelous relaxing sound, and then the gospel choir that comes in. So many elements that are magical.
Such a magical song. Always gives me shivers, that song. Let's pick the energy up and play Jessie Reyez, because we love Jessie Reyez, and this is my girl, and this is my song. This song is so good. Another one that I wish I wrote. This song is so cool. The chorus just hits so hard, and I'm so jealous of it, and it's so cool, and the lyrics are just too good. Oh my God, I love this song, dude. Listen to these lyrics. Listen to the production. Everything about this song is cool.
Listen to her voice.
God, her voice is crazy. God, I just want to scream this song all day, every day for the rest of my life. Listen. Like, there's no better chorus than that chorus.
Amazing.
Wow, dude.
I got introduced to her when you played All Things Go, the festival in D.C. that Maggie Rogers organized. It was all
That's
women.
when?
Yeah.
That was like
heard of
4
her name.
years after I found her.
I'd heard her name and everything, but that was when I was witness to her live show and got her,
Yeah,
and
her
then we
live
were lucky enough to have
performances.
her open for you in this last truncated tour.
And then we did 3 shows, and then it got canceled.
She had a whole little rock band with her, and her hair is like another character.
Her hair is amazing.
Her hair is like an entity unto itself. It's just a wonderful. The whole show is fantastic.
Well, I found her when I was 15, of course, when Figures came out. And I didn't find Shutter Island, which is the one I just played, for like a while afterwards. Even though it was on the same album, and then I found it, and then I listened to the whole album, and it was just so good. Oh, she's so good. And she has another song called Phone Calls. It's amazing. And then she actually put out an album like 2 weeks ago called
Really?
When Love Came to Kill Us. Yeah, I haven't even listened to
During
it. Oh my
COVID.
God, I totally forgot. Yes, go listen to Jessie Reyes' new album, Before Love Came to Kill Us. It's incredible. Anyway, love you, Jessie. We got 3 more songs. 4 more songs. So go for it, Dad. Introduce Owl Song.
Oh, it's just another oddity that I found. It's unexpected orchestration, unexpected production, and mysterious, again, full of mystery and evocative. And Billie thinks it's scary. It never had occurred to me that it's scary.
It's very spooky. I could never listen to this song alone at night. I would never be able to.
It didn't strike me that way. I just loved its kind of
Dude,
immersive
this song
quality.
is incredibly spooky. When Dad showed me this song, I had just found an album called Lissum by an artist called Lissum, and it's like probably one of the most beautiful albums I've ever found in my life. And every time I think of Owl Song, I think of Lissum. So this is Owl Song. There's this noise that comes in that's so scary. Wait for it. It's right here. Wait for it. Oh, it's so scary. I'm scared.
Well, it doesn't scare me because it
I'm
sounds like
scared.
sounds from nature.
I'm scared.
It's some kind of
You can't
bird.
tell me that doesn't sound like the background of a scene in The Shining.
No, it sounds like a swamp and a forest, and it's wonderfully evocative.
I know it is,
mysterious.
but it's spooky.
I love that ch-ch-ch at the beginning.
Oh, it's so scary, dude.
Yeah.
Get out of here. That's so spooky.
I love that. It's like a foot pump pipe organ, a pump organ. It sounds like, or a hurdy-gurdy something.
Dude, it's so scary.
It's great. It's tuneful.
Anyway, I love music like that. God, so much to uncover. This one, oh my God. So this is like kind of the last story, I guess I'll tell pretty much. No, it's not. I grew up with really, really, really bad separation anxiety. And it was so bad to the point I couldn't be in a different room than my mom if it wasn't in our house. And it was a horrible thing, and I would not wish that on anyone. And It's funny, it literally just disappeared when I turned like 12. I don't know why. It just completely went away. I still don't really like to be alone, but it's not like the way that I would just get so anxious if anybody left the room.
And Phineas had terrible separation anxiety, and
Yeah,
having
we both
kids
did.
reminded me that I had terrible anxiety
Yeah, we
as
got
a
it
child.
from Dad.
And as far as I can tell, not to make excuses for my parenting, but as far as I can tell, it's just there. It's genetic. It's a thing. I don't think we did anything to cause it.
You absolutely did not do anything.
Yeah.
So when I was like 6 or something, 6, because it was 2008, when there was the inauguration for Obama. Gosh, what an amazing time. My mom and my brother went to DC to go to the inauguration. And I stayed at home with Dad. And I loved my dad. I've always loved my dad. But I still had separation anxiety. And so me and Dad found things to do all week that kept us busy and kept us just having fun so that we didn't think about them not being with us. Because I'd never been away from my mom and my brother for that long. And this album by The Good, the Bad, and the Queen, I don't know why it came about, but suddenly we were listening to this. Me and Dad in the car would listen to this album and these 3 songs on it, which was History Song and, 80s Life. And there was one more, I think, and I don't remember really which one. But History Song and 80s Life really sound like me being 6 and being anxious because my mom was out of town, but also having a lot of fun with my dad. It's interesting. It feels really sentimental, this song. And we listened to this song like all day, every day. And it was really nice. And so this is History Song.
I found that because I used to work as a handyman, and I was working at an office in downtown LA. There was an organization down there, or an office called Waxploitation, which is my favorite name. It was a record label run by a guy named Jeff Anteby. And when I went down there to work for them, he just handed me on my way out the door after my day of work a stack of CDs. The stack of CDs was all these artists that they had on their roster. And it was Beck Odelay, I remember, and Gnarls Barkley, both of their albums, and The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. I never heard of them, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I came home and I listened to it all, and I loved this especially because it was so British. You can hear it in his voice. I mean, you can hear his accent, and then
It's so good.
he has that construct. If you don't know it now, then you will do. And I remember lots of energy and time was spent trying to explain to Billy what in the world that meant.
I still have no idea what he's saying.
Well, it's a
what he means.
Britishism. It's a construct. If you don't know it now, then you will, is the way we would say it.
All right, 2 more songs, and both of them I showed my dad. So, second to last one is a song that my friend group when I was from when I was like 10 to when I was like 15. This was our song. This is a song by Aren't You Pa, and it's called I'm an Albatross. And this song, whenever I was with the homies back then, we would just, every time we were together, which was a lot, every day pretty much, we'd play this song and we'd dance around and we'd sing along to it. This is I'm an Albatross. It is crazy and you just want to dance. That a mouse named Lori. Yeah, Lori was a mouse in a big brown house. She called herself the with the money flow. But who's that little mouse? 'Cause I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross, so what?
So this gets into the time when Billy commandeered the aux cord, and we heard what she wanted to hear in the car. And she'd play this, and I was like, what the heck is this? Yeah, an albatross. And we've never really come to know what it really means, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell an albatross is.
This doesn't seem to be an albatross.
I mean, maybe it is, and
Yeah,
it's just
maybe it
spelled
is.
differently. Anyway,
I love that.
God, we used to listen to that song all the time. All right, last song, guys. This is a classic, and if you don't know it, you're missing out. And I'm about to change your life. I'm about to play Marina and the Diamonds, Prima Donna. Girl!
But she has this amazing, wonderful voice that when she played it, I was like, who is that? What is that?
I found this song because of like a makeup tutorial, but it wasn't for makeup, it was for a Halloween costume. And the song she used was Prima Donna by Marina and the Diamonds. And I had the same reaction. I was like, this is such a weird song. Her voice sounds so interesting. And I looked it up and it was, of course, then I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite artist ever. And she was my favorite artist for years and years and years. And all her albums, I know every lyric to this entire album and to like her next 3 albums or whatever. Like all of her albums from then, I know all of them. They're so good. She's amazing. She and Lana Del Rey and Nicki Minaj are the reason that the inspiration that I've gotten over the years of just, I love and adore and have gotten so inspired by them and the way that they do different voices and they change it up. And Marina is like just a god at that. And Lana and Nicki, like everybody knows Nicki Minaj is like queen of doing different voices and killing it. And it's the same with Marina and Lana. And this song is one of those where she's got a character, and she also is an inspiration for why me and Phineas writing characters. I remember watching an interview with her where she said that she likes to write as a character that she comes up with or knows, and that's why we do it. Same with Lana. So this is Prima Donna, and this is the ending of our show. I love you guys so much. This has been Me and Dad, episode 2, and we will see you for episode 3. I love you guys. Thank you, Apple. Love you. We'll see you.